This is Daily Gains. Welcome back.
I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Dave. It's time to get it in. Let's get going.
James 5:5. You have lived on earth in luxury and in self-indulgence. You have fattened your hearts in a day of slaughter.
Ew.
I think what are we passionate about is what we've got to wrestle with. I think you can be broken and still indulge in the wrong things. I don't think this has to be solely a thing to view for wealthy individuals.
Absolutely.
I do think, you can lie to yourself. And I think most people do when they look at what they have and continue to think that there's a need for more, to live a luxurious life. And often that just means what someone else has. I think it distracts us from our calling because we're trying to do that as opposed to living a life that's on purpose for God. I've been mentoring a young guy who's not a believer. I've been praying that he comes to Christ for a while. And he just got a new job that almost doubled his salary, and he's moving out of town to a new state that is pretty expensive, so I get it. At the same time, trying to encourage a life that thinks about retirement is hard. And the same is true for believers thinking about, what does it look like in eternity? If this is the beginning, this is where we set the trajectory for our eternal lives. And the praises that we didn't have that deathbed conversion that everyone really wants because then they feel like they have to live a sinner's life. But we actually took advantage of being saved for a while to sow seeds and bear fruit so that we have riches to present to our King. I think that is the better life. And that is what we're called to. That's my challenge.
I really think James is looking back at the passages from the Sermon on the Mount where Jesus says, "Don't lay up for yourself treasures in heaven, where moth and rust get in."
And on earth.
Thank you. Yes, that is what I meant. It's quoting Jesus. But store up treasures in heaven. And then he ends up by saying, "For where your treasure is, there your heart is." And James here ties us right back to the heart. You've fattened your heart for the day of slaughter. He's got this double picture of here's a nice grass-fed cow, all fattened up, ready to make a great meal. Not for another cow. Not another cow that's going to enjoy that beef. Someone else. And you, because of your short-sightedness, because of your selfishness, because of your pride, your arrogance, your trust in the wrong thing, you've been fattened up. And now someone else is going to feed on you. And I've already said it's the gold. Because Jesus told us, where your treasure is, your heart is. The challenge for me as I read through this today especially is, Lord, help me see my heart. Put my heart in the scale and tell me, is my heart actually treasuring the things that you treasure? And where have I allowed my heart to be attracted, deceived, led astray? Drawn to something that is blinky and bright and shiny and looks amazing? Or am I treasuring something that ultimately is not just going to disappoint me, but it's going to destroy me? Well, let me see that, Lord, now, so I can prune that part and give it to you so I can have what is of real lasting value. Thanks for listening. Thanks for walking with us.
da 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 da